Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Brick Build Brick Films. I'm just starting off a short live stream because I'm building a set for Obi-Wan versus Anakin, and I figured I might as well live stream it. No harm in doing that. So, um, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna test out all the. All right, there we go. I have live chat enabled, so I'll be answering any questions as well as building the set for final shot of this opening scene that I'm making for Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Um, I'm I know with the collab brick film going on, I think I told all you who are collabing with me to start working on your clips that I've assigned this week. I know I should be working on that, but I'm doing my best to finish up this opening shot. I only have about 8-ish seconds of animation left to film for this opening shot. So once I get this set built, I'll work as long as I need to today to finish up that opening shot and then get my set built for the Death Star collab film. Uh, hold up. Live chat. Pixel Plays says, hello there. What's up, Pixel Plays? Alright, without further ado, let's get into building the set finally. So, I'm trying to set up this scene. Uh, it's like the final opening shot when Anakin and Obi-Wan start fighting, and they go towards the edge of this, of the platform they're fighting on, and then they turn around and Anakin kicks Obi-Wan. It does a backflip towards that door. That's all uh, that I'm trying to finish up for this shot, and then I'll be able to take a break and work on the collab brick film. Pixel Plays, I'm doing good. It's been a good morning so far. I'm in a good mood, ready to do some animating. Thank you for asking. Alrighty. I need to get an equivalent piece. I'm using scrap parts from the set of the 501st series because a lot of the walls were made out of like bigger bricks than shown on screen. I just used that as an illusion so that I could make bigger shots. What I need right here, I got it. Need a piece like that and to go not there, but there. It's sort of like a triangular doorway, and I don't have any flat pieces that I could set upright to make triangular because they're all used for a ship that I built for the 501st film, so I can't use any pieces from that because they're all used for that. So I don't have any spare pieces, but there's the top of that door frame, and I think that's enough to get a minifigure through it, but we don't really have to show the minifig going through it. Yeah, nope. That's big enough. So that's cool. Sweet. Still got one viewer. Pixel Plays, is that you or someone else? Because I noticed a second ago it said 0. I think that may be Pixel Plays, perhaps. I'm going to try and keep glancing at the live chat, but if I miss your message, it's probably because I'm putting pieces on the build and I didn't notice it. It's me. Okay, cool. I'm trying to see. Trying to even out this shot with like the gray pieces because I'm stacking gray pieces on white pieces. It's not going to be too noticeable because it's going to be dark in the shot, but I still want to try and make it as even as can possibly be. And hold on, I need a 1x4. There we go. 2. Oh no, that's not gonna fit. Well, this'll fit, but that's not what I'm worrying about. That one will fit. Cool. So I'm just sort of trying to round off the top of that door frame. I'm gonna put some extra detail around this area because there's like some railing right here. I put the Duel on Mustafar set right here as like a background piece because there's sort of like a floating platform that you can see in the background that looks like this. So I'm keeping it over here as just backdrop and not like part of the scene itself. That green screen is not going to be in the shot. You guys all voted for lava effects to be practical and made with bricks. Right here I'm just using a sheet of orange construction paper because I don't have all of my yellow and red bricks. So I'm just using construction paper for this shot. But once they're going over the lava, I'll be using red and yellow bricks, mainly because I don't have many orange bricks. Pixel Plays, thank you. I appreciate it. It was the only thing I could think to do in that instance, so I appreciate it. I don't think that's going to work out too well, so I'll put that in the center. And maybe I can get a 1x3. I'm doing a lot of carpentry work as a summer job, so I'm used to just. I don't know if I'm not good with like calling Lego pieces by their name. I just call them whatever stud by stud it is, just because that's sort of what you do in carpentry with inches and feet. So what's your favorite Lego Star Wars set that you have? That I have, I don't know. I've got some good ones. I think the most expensive one I have, this isn't my favorite, but the most expensive one I have is the Resistance Bomber. And it was a pretty cool set, but it's not my favorite. I really like the, I like, Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, the one from 2016. I have that set, and it was a really awesome set. It's one of my favorites, so I'd say I think maybe that one. Probably, I'd have to say that one, yeah. What's yours? So a lot of Lego sets aren't as good as they used to be. I'm gonna say that. I mean, they're still good, obviously. Like, I still love Lego the same way I have always loved Lego, but Lego's got to up their game, guys. Like, seriously. They keep price inflating every year, and it gets annoying wanting to buy a Lego set that only has 200 pieces, and it's like $40. It's just not a fun experience. Eventually, they're going to get too high in the loose sales. And that's when people are just going to not want to purchase products anymore, and then they're going to have to bring it down eventually. But, yeah, hopefully that day is soon. Alright, I'm also going to put a little control panel over here, because I put the TIE Advanced prototype. That is my favorite. The second is Duel on the Death Star. Ah, that's cool. You have the Duel on Death Star set? Nice. I think they're releasing another one this year. I saw an M&R Productions video about it that, one of the summer sets this year are going to be a remake of that set that has like some slight tweaks. I don't understand them re-releasing it, but I may try and grab it, mainly because I'm working a summer job, so that makes more money for Legos. But oh, the camera is really unfocused. My bad, I didn't notice that, guys. All right, I think that's better. I'm gonna put just some not studs, some 1x2s spaced out right here as like little railings, because in that shot the railings aren't really railings per se, but they're little markers of like not to go over the edge. And I'll also put some texture on this bridge right here. It's supposed to be a bridge in the shot, so I'm gonna put like those there. Mainly because it won't be that hard for me to film with those there, because I don't have to make any of the minifigs walk over that. It's just for effect. Yeah, it's like an oh, message is going away. Okay, yeah, it's like an updated one with the new pieces they have, like Palpatine's hood. It's mainly just with more details from what I've seen. Oh yeah, I forgot they updated the hood piece. I actually don't own any minifigures with the new hood piece, but I honestly like it a lot more since it's not connected and it sort of droops down at the bottom. I like it. That's one change Lego's made that I'm real happy with. I'm also excited to get the droid tank. Is it the AAT? I'm not sure, but the droid tank set that's coming out this summer with Ahsoka and a 332nd Trooper. I'm really excited to get that because once I get that, I may make a remake of the Order 66 Clone Wars scene. Spoiler alert, but I do want to make a remake of that scene because that'd be pretty fun. And I could get Fork plus Toaster or somebody else that I've been working with to do lightsaber effects because Fork plus Toaster is doing the saber effects for this movie. Shout out to him. And he's done a real good job with it. The effects look realistic and a lot better than I could do, so I'm really glad to have had him edit my videos for me. Well, visual editing. I've always done sound editing and stuff for my videos, but lightsaber editing was always a problem because I never had a software to do it. Because I just film and edit on my phone. All of my videos that I make are filmed and edited on my phone, so that makes it slightly difficult, but also gonna put brick like right there. Try and get in the camera to focus. Oh boy, okay. Is it going to focus? I don't think, okay. That's as good as it'll get. um, but I completely lost track of what I was talking about, but, yeah. I need one more gray stud. Well, if you want to grab them, the only way I know of that is released is the Death Star cannon set. Oh, yeah, oh yeah, the one with, Obi-Wan? Yeah. I saw that in Walmart, but along with like the Duel on Mustafar set and Anakin's Pod Racer and all the new wave sets from this year, but I just wanted to get the Duel on Mustafar set because up until that point I hadn't owned an actual Anakin minifig that didn't have a stupid headphone piece face printing, and as you guys could see in the opening shot of the Anakin versus Obi-Wan film that I've posted for like test footage, he used a face of like one of Anakin, not Anakin's face. That was like one of the rebel troopers I had or something, because it had like a determined sort of angry face, and so I used that. But then I quickly changed it to the one from the Duel on Mustafar set because I started filming before I got the Duel on Mustafar set, and sort of in the middle I got it. So the Anakin versus Obi-Wan film, by the way, guys, is not going to. If it's a 9-minute film, so I might get it out later this year, but don't be too disappointed if it's not this year, because that's the largest film I've ever filmed. I've never filmed a 9-minute film, and making it shot for shot correct to the actual film itself is going to take a lot of time. So don't be expecting like it to come out too soon. I'm taking a break from it actually as soon as I get done with this shot to film the collab brick film scenes, because I have one scene assigned to me, another scene assigned to another person, another scene assigned to another person. So I only have to film my part for it, but I'm going to film it throughout this week, and hopefully soon we'll be able to get the collab film out, because I know I don't spit out brick films enough, and I apologize, but they take a lot of time, so I can't really mass produce them. But yeah, I don't have another brick, so I'm going to another gray brick, that is, so I'm going to take that off. I think that door frame will work, but I may want to put like some like black pieces behind that door, so it doesn't just look like it stops. It looks like it actually has a room behind it. So I'm gonna can actually just lift this whole door piece off for a moment, and then I can put that piece there, that piece there. I would actually go live while I was animating a film, but the thing is, I can only I can only live stream on the current phone that I'm using, and that's the same phone that I animate with, so I can't do both simultaneously. And I have my old phone that I animated on real early when I started this YouTube channel, but it's so out of date and so slow that it won't live stream. I could live stream with a webcam, and I have a laptop that has a completely okay webcam to live stream on, but for some reason it always glitches out and says that the webcam is being used for like some other program, even though there's no other program running on it. And I looked it up, and apparently it's a common Windows mishap, so I won't be able to live stream animating, sadly, for quite a while until I get something that I can actually stream on, but that's not my current concern, so it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. My current concern is starting production on the 4 films that I've already announced I'm going to make. What were your thoughts on Star Wars Rebels? I'm actually not finished watching Star Wars Rebels. Me and my older brother were started binge watching it before Clone Wars Season 7 came out, and it's a pretty decent show. I wouldn't put it in like one of my top places, but I enjoy watching the show just because of all the character cameos, and I like seeing like further insight into the show. I haven't watched the season with the Maul versus Obi-Wan duel, but that's one of the coolest lightsaber duels just because of the intensity of that scene. I really like it. It's best to just take your to it's best just to take your time. Take your time. Yeah. We haven't message restricted. Message retracted. Alright. I don't know what that last message was, but I don't know why YouTube would censor it, but if you delete it, but just a reminder. Not saying you did, but just like that reminded me. Try to keep any profanity out of the chat. I know you probably didn't do that, Pixel Plays, but I'm just reminding. I put take your time twice, and that annoyed me. Oh, okay. I gotcha. But yeah, I haven't finished Star Wars Rebels, but from what I have seen, there are some unlikable characters, sort of like, well, at the point that I'm watching the show, like Sabine, I'm not a huge fan of Sabine's character. I like Zeb, he's pretty cool. I like Kanan. Ezra sort of annoys me because he's just sort of that same Anakin Skywalker kind of whiny, bratty apprentice. My voice just cracked so bad. But I don't know. That's probably going to change throughout the show. But so far, I find it to be a pretty decent show. I enjoy watching it. Haven't watched it too recently. Big Vader Productions, yo, good to see you. Hey, what's up, Big Vader Productions? We're just building a set for Lego Anakin versus Obi-Wan right now. Oh yeah, also, I have the Star Wars Jedi Challenges little orb piece. That's what this is right here. And because it can glow blue, I put it on the side of my set whenever there's like lightsaber clashes to like sort of light up the scene. So that's pretty cool. It'll like make a blue glow effect on it, which I like. I think that's all I have to build specifically in this shot. I'm trying to think of anything else I could add, but I can't really think of anything. For me, it's okay. It doesn't deserve all the hate it gets, but the villains are cool. The Grand Inquisitor, Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, Grand Admiral Thrawn, etc. Yeah, I like the villains. The animation style is different than Clone Wars, so it was a bit of a throw off for me when I first started watching. I was like, okay, I'm not used to this, but I like it. It's pretty cool. Revenge. Was it? Do you mean by ROS Rise of Skywalker or Revenge of the Sith? Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie, hands down. It got a lot of hate when it first came out because people didn't like Hayden Christensen's acting, but nowadays it gets like praised by the Star Wars. Okay, cool. Revenge of the Sith. That's what I thought. That's what I figured. If your YouTube channel is Big Vader Productions, then you're very obviously a Revenge of the Sith guy. But Revenge of the Sith is I love that movie. I watch it over and over and over, and every time I watch it's like the first time watching it for me. That's mainly the reason I'm making this Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight scene, because that's my favorite lightsaber duel. It's the best choreographed lightsaber duel. The thing I mainly disliked about the sequel trilogy is that it had no choreography. All the choreography was out of nowhere. Rey could barely handle a lightsaber, and there's an occasional good moment in the show. The villains are my favorite, but the heroes not so much. Yeah, the villains are always cooler. Agent Callus, sort of annoys me, but the villains are cool. I'm sorry, but I like Hayden. I like Hayden Christensen too. I never said I didn't, but there were a lot of people who didn't like his acting because they thought he was whiny and stuff like that in like episode 2, and then episode 3 they thought his acting was dry, but I thought Hayden Christensen played the part perfectly. There's people who think other people could do better, but I honestly don't see anyone but Hayden Christensen playing Anakin. I'm trying to think. I'll continue chatting, but I don't think that there's much left I have to build on for the set. If you guys have any other questions, I'll answer them. Not personal questions, like, where do you live? What's your IP address? What's your, wait, IP address? No. What's your address? Stuff like that. No personal questions like that, but if you guys have any other questions you want me to answer, feel free. But after that, I'll probably end the stream and get to animating. I'm also thinking about, because I hit 1,000 subscribers, and many of you guys probably play Fortnite or play any Epic Games stuff. I'm thinking about getting my own creator code, because Epic's creator program allows any person with over 1,000 followers or subscribers on any social media platform to get a creator code. Big Vader Productions. This is weird, but I rewatch Revenge of the Sith multiple times a week. Hey man, I don't blame you. It's a great movie. The opening shot of Revenge of the Sith is the best opening shot in cinematic history. I don't care who you are. I love that shot so much because it gets everything you want out of a Star Wars movie in 20 minutes. It gets an epic space battle. It gets heroes being in big trouble, almost at death trouble, another hero coming to save the day. It gets a lightsaber fight. It gets rescues. It gets captures. Stuff. All of that just packed into the opening 20 minutes. And I love the sort of metaphor that's in the opening scene of that movie. When it's just peaceful. All you see is one Republic cruiser, and then 2 spaceships come out, fly over the top, and suddenly it reveals this humongous battle going on, showing that looks can be deceiving, and that it looked peaceful, but then the moment Obi-Wan and Anakin arrived, it turned to chaos, is basically what that film was trying to say. Hold on. Hold on. Live chat. Revenge of the Sith is the best in the prequels, as it feels most like a Star Wars movie full of action and answers to questions, a lot of great scenes with several good phrases. Exactly. And Revenge of the Sith is the most memey Star Wars movie ever. Like, it has the most memes, and it like, and that just makes it more enjoyable for me. I don't watch it for the memes. I love the movie, but every time Obi-Wan jumps down from the ceiling and says hello there, I lose my crap, guys. I'll be completely honest. Basically, I know every line in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Probably not me. There's like some scenes, but like the opening scene, I can quote like right off the bat, and it annoys my brother because every time I watch Star Wars, it's mostly with my brother because he's the like only one in my family who really likes Star Wars. My parents they like not the prequels. They like the original trilogy because that's what they grew up watching. But I grew up watching the sequels, uh, and the not the sequels. I grew up watching the prequels and the original trilogy, and then the sequels. So so I'm just sort of a neutral Star Wars viewer. I do love the prequels a lot more. I don't like the whole political aspect of the prequels because there's like a whole chunk of the films that's just a lot of politics and stuff. Just like this isn't Star Wars, like. But I love the prequels. I hate the sequels. I mean, yeah, many people do. I'm indifferent towards them. Like honestly, I don't really care about them too much. But they're still Star Wars to me. Like General Kenobi. Yeah, exactly. But the sequels are still Star Wars to me. They just don't have the same vibe that the other Star Wars movies brought off. And they have to kill off all of the original characters for no reason at all, just to make room for more new characters that not many people are gonna like. They start going certain routes with character development, but then they swap directors, so the character development gets cut short. So characters who had major potential for development, like Finn, just get stuck yelling a lot and screaming Rey a lot and not really doing anything. Finn had so much potential in the sequels, and then that was wasted. Seemed like they could have gone a different direction with Rey. I would have liked to see Rey turn to the dark side, but we never did that. I would have much rather liked to have seen Ben Solo be redeemed and stay alive. Spoiler alert if you guys haven't seen it, but like, I'd say half a year from the release, I'd say it's pretty good to talk about spoilers and be neutral about it. But that's just sort of my feeling that there's a lot of wasted character development. They made Luke Skywalker be this grouchy dude who's all mopey about failure whenever there are a lot of Jedi who failed a lot worse than he did, and he just feels bad for himself an entire movie, and then he dies. Like, that's not Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker had determination. Big Vader Productions. When I think of Star Wars, I kind of don't think of the sequel that has pushed them off. Also, when the Skywalker saga comes out, I'm not very hyped to play sequels. I mean, hey, I'll always still watch the sequels in a Star Wars marathon, but like the original trilogy will be sort of a woo, and then the prequels will be oh yeah, and then the sequels will be oh cool. But I don't know. I still watch them because they're still Star Wars to me. Not George Lucas's Star Wars, but it's still Star Wars. The Last Jedi could have been amazing if a lot of ideas were put with the characters that would work in the situation. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Yes, Ben Swallow. Yes. I don't know. I remember how the internet was blowing up with memes when The Last Jedi came out because of the Ben Swallow meme. That was great. That was hilarious. Brian Johnson, though, is not a very good director. I think if Abrams would have stuck throughout the entire sequel trilogy, he could have been able to save it. But he had to work off of what Brian Johnson brought in and ruined Abrams' idea about, and he had to go off of what Brian Johnson had done because he had messed up his whole idea about the sequels, and he had to start from scratch. Kylo is the best new character from the sequels. I agree. Kylo did carry the sequel trilogy, kind of. Imagine if Mace Windu was Snoke and they reveal him in the throne room and talking to Rey, he tells her about his past and what happened to him. That would have been great depending on how it was done. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But then again, Snoke. I remember the Snoke Windu theories, but I don't really. I didn't really agree with them. And I'll tell you why. Snoke doesn't at all look in any way like Mace Windu. I mean, I could see from certain aspects people thinking it because Mace Windu had a sort of window, pun intended, open for him that meant he could have somehow survived, but like barely made it out alive. But I just like to see, even though Mace Windu was a super cool Jedi, had a lot of cool backstory behind him. Um, I sort of like to just see him as like the sort of Kickstarter that sent Anakin down his path of betraying the Jedi and stuff, because for me, Mace Windu sort of didn't have to die, but his death was sort of necessary-ish. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying. I know what I mean by that, but I don't know how to fully explain it. I just say Mace Windu's death was sort of necessary for uh, that whole event that happened in Episode 3 with Order 66 and everything. But, yeah. I think Snoke being a clone was also a major theory in The Last Jedi, and that turned out to be true, which was weird. And then there's Disney confirming that Palpatine was a clone, which means that he could return again. But then again, that's the end of the Skywalker saga, so we'll never know. But Captain Phasma didn't have to die either, because she could have had so much potential for her character. Yeah, they made Phasma out to be some like really cool character, like this super strong character, like this really tough First Order captain, but then they just killed her off. But I think the fight between her and Finn was pretty cool. I like that Finn was the one to take her out. I I think that she could have stayed alive a little while longer, but I think Finn taking her out was the best way for her to go out, because all the crap she put Finn through when he was in the First Order and all of that, and I think of all people, Finn would have been the one to take her to her grave, so I think that was the way to go. I just say a lot of swinging baseball bat. Fair, yeah. It basically was, but I'd say it was, with all like the fire and stuff around it, was a pretty intense scene. There were so many characters that could have had more potential. Agreed. I don't like the inclusion of Rose. I'll just say that right now. Rose was a horrible character. I think Finn's character would have had more meaning if they let Finn fly into the laser on Crate and sacrifice himself to the to the resistance to save them from the First Order. I think that would have gave his character a lot more meaning about how brave he was. But then Rose had to ruin it, and Finn's whole attempt was for nothing. And then the Resistance got attacked by the First Order after that, and it was just all stupid. It was all a mess at the end. I wonder what it would have been like with Captain Phasma and the Rise of Skywalker. I'd imagine that, I don't know I forgot what the new, Admiral dude in the First Order was in the Rise of Skywalker. The dude who, shot Hux. I feel like his character wouldn't have been there, and instead Captain Phasma would have been in his place. Like, she could have been promoted, and Captain Phasma would likely be the one to shoot Hux. Something like that. And then maybe with Finn on that, on the Star Destroyer that she was on, maybe that could have been the way that he took her out. So it'd still be Finn killing Phasma. It'd just be indirectly. I'd say that'd work. That'd be a real interesting concept. I would have liked to see what George Lucas would have done with the sequels had he have been there. For like had he not sold the rights, not sold. I don't know how to speak this morning. It's too early. I'm also super congested, so if I sound real nasally, that's probably why. But we've already been streaming for half an hour, dang. Alright. Any last questions you guys want me to answer? Then I'm gonna turn the stream off and get to animating. Like she would have so once her that was open would be covered because it's burned. That was just like. Sup everyone. Well, hey, what's up, JDL Animations? Do you have a PS4? I'm actually an Xbox player, and I don't want to get into console war arguments in the chat. I play on Xbox. I've played on Xbox for a long time. That doesn't mean I was never a PlayStation player. I actually had a PS2 in my childhood and a PS3 in my childhood, but personally, I just like playing on Xbox more. I know, I know, Big Vader. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just like playing on Xbox. I don't like console war arguments. I think both are good consoles. I just play on Xbox. If you guys want to, I have an alternate channel. Uh, if you guys want to check it out, but it's a really old channel, and it's a warning crit and like major cringe. I only post Twitch live streams that me and my friends occasionally do to it. I can put that in the chat if you guys want to check it out. But honestly, I'd rather you guys not. It's just such a bad channel. I hate it so much. I go by a different name on the channel. Like I go by my gamer tag on that channel, so you won't hear any brick build brick films talk on that channel, just because that channel is my gaming channel. And I try and steer clear from gaming on this channel, even though I did the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga series, just because it's Lego themed. I feel like it was appropriate. But I'll put that channel name in the live chat right quick. You disappoint me. Yoda holds you in such high esteem. I'm sorry. I honestly, I'm very sorry. I don't know how to put this in the chat. I can't put the chat. I can't put it in the chat. Maybe it's for the best. Well, guys, I'm sorry, JDL Animations, because I was actually talking about stopping the stream like right before you came in. But I thank you guys for watching this stream. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm pretty sure all you guys already subscribed. It would be cool if you made Revenge of the Sith and Lego. Heck no, dude. Do you have any idea how long that would take? Not the whole thing, though. Oh, like a recap, kinda. That'd be cool. A Revenge of the Sith recap. I would be down to make in the future sometime, but not now. I have too many projects planned, like Terminator and a lot of other stuff. Have you made any Star Wars characters that are from your imagination? I don't know. If I did, it was probably when I was a little kid. I can probably like vividly remember myself making up a like R2 droid, like drawing it and stuff, but I can't remember what I called it or anything. But if it was any imaginary Star Wars character for me as a kid, it was probably just me being a Jedi. Like, that was probably it. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this stream. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much.